I'm just not going to get it. If you put it on email, then I'll follow it and do it.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, it's pointless. I'll be like, what did Jay say again? Oh, fuck it. I mean, worst case, you just upload it when you get back, but it would be much better if we could upload it while you're...
Yeah, I'd rather not have like a 2-week gap.
Will it be weird if I just forward the email to this guy Peter and go, can you upload it, please?
Yeah, because then you'd have the password and everything. That would...
And you're like, that's the password to my bank account. Fuck!
Yeah, exactly.
Peter's like, I'm really a Nigerian scammer. You're fucked.
Be really fun to just try that password out on various websites to see which ones I forgot to change and which ones I didn't.
Hey, let's start the show.
This has been an organic opening.
Are we really doing organic? Is this really organic opening?
Yeah, that was. I don't.
Holy shit! Are you driving me crazy? You dumb. Are we recording?
Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Welcome to the Brink of Sanity, episode 273. I am Jay, and with me is Bri, and the guy who hates organic openings more than anybody else in the world, Marc.
Yes, more than anything. I think if I'm going to put things I hate, I'm going to say organic openings, then Nazis, then ISIS.
Why do you hate organic openings? They're fun.
And then people who smoke cigarettes and then throw the cigarette butts on the floor. Those are on the ground.
I'm drunk. I'm really bitter, and I hate almost everything on the fucking planet tonight. So I think I got you beat.
Well, so? I don't. The drunk part may not be always for you, but the hating everything on the planet, I feel like it's just your MO, Bri.
Well, it's a little more than usual. I'm extremely bitter and had enough today.
You had enough. You're like, I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Yeah, I saw a dog get hit by a car, and it just ruined my day, and I just hate everything now.
On today's show, Bri can't even.
And I fucking hate that too. I'm so sick of the way people talk. I can't stand people say I can't even and legit and I feel like and every fucking sentence has to start with so.
Bri, is your outfit?
You listen to the way people talk, you're gonna go fucking crazy.
Bri, is your outfit today on fleek?
What?
Is your outfit today on fleek?
What?
I don't even know what that means. I hear people say it. I don't know what it means.
I hear people say, "Oh, I'm legit mad." Fuck you. You're legitimately mad. Legit is a different word.
I kind of really wanted Bri to say, just going back a second, I wanted him to say, I saw a dog get hit by a car, and that was the only good part of my day.
No, I was really mad about it. And
I know you were really mad about that. I know.
And it wasn't even. Here's the problem. I saw a dog get hit by a car. And it wasn't the car's fault, and it wasn't the owner's fault. It was the dog's fault. But I was standing there, and it just ruined my day because I was standing there, and I was just like, that fucking sucks for that dog. He's fine. He's fine, by the way. I think he's fine. He didn't get splattered across the road. He ran away, and then he ran into his house. But it just made me so mad about a lot of things.
Wait, hang on. Let's go back a second. Did he get hit by a car? Or a car just like tapped him. Like what happened here?
No, he got okay. So I was walking my dog. I live on a pretty busy road, so I'm walking my dog, and I pass this house across the street from me, and there's a dog, a little wiener, a dachshund dog in the doorway, and he sees us and he starts barking, and he like runs out to like the sidewalk, and like stops, but then he runs into the road, and this car comes by, and I don't know how the fuck this car missed this dog. I'm watching and I'm like, oh my god, this dog is gonna get squished. The car missed the dog, and the dog's in the road, and the car stopped, and then both sides of traffic stopped, and the dog comes running over to my dog, so I grab him, and I'm just like, okay, and then I look up, and this other dog comes running out of the fucking house, so the car behind the first car starts going and just boom, just nails this dog, just nails him. And I just hear the dog, like, I'm like, oh, this is fucking terrible. And I look up, and the dog is barking at the car after he gets hit. And I'm like, okay, well, he's alive. So he runs off, and then this girl comes out of the house, gets in. The guy has his window down. She sticks his head into the fucking car and says, that's my fucking dog. And the guy is just like, I don't know what the fuck to say. And he drives off, and then she goes, where the fuck is my dog? And I'm like, the dog is over there. And she goes, come here. And he comes running to her, and then they run into the house. So I assume he's fine. And I'm just standing there like, it's not the guy's fault. It's not the dog's fault. Well, it's kind of the dog's fault. It's not the owner's fault. But I was just so mad. It just made me mad about everything in the world. I don't know. It's not related to anything, but all of a sudden, everything that I see and hear just pisses me off, like to no end.
This is going to be a fun show today.
I had a similar story. I saw a dog get hit by a car, and that was just the end for the dog.
No, the dog lived. I mean, he looked fine. He ran off. And he got popped. I mean,
well, it didn't get popped because the dog got popped. He'd just be dead.
Well, no, it could have a bunch of internal bleeding, and it could be dead by tomorrow.
He's probably pretty sore right now. But I was waiting for the people. I was waiting for the lady who owned the dog to look at me and be like I'm the asshole because I'm walking my dog on a leash, and your dog runs out of an open door across a main fucking street.
She should probably leave that door.
You ever get that not so happy feeling? Bry has that right now.
It just made me so mad at the world, and for not even related to that. It just there's like 99% of like stuff that goes on in the world is just so inconsequential and insignificant, and people make such a big deal out of it, and it's so fucking stupid. I had the day from hell today. Every time I've driven somewhere, I've been behind somebody who's going like 20 miles under the speed limit while on their phone, and I just want to drive my car through them and kill them.
Your Honor, I mean, he was going 20 miles below the speed limit. I feel like I had due cause.
And I'm going to say something that is going to sound bad. And
are you going to say you hate black people? Go on.
No. I am openly now rooting for North Korea to fucking nuke us.
Okay, that won't work out. You know what?
For several reasons, not just because I'm drunk and I'm in a bad mood, but it would if World War III starts and we get nuked, it would really solve a lot of my short and long-term problems that I'm having.
Here's the thing: our show is never going to increase in downloads if we're all dead.
Our show also won't have another episode.
Yeah, it'll be bad for the show's future if they nuke the country we live in.
Jay, I've been ranting so that you've had time to go drink.
I am drinking. I am drinking Echinacea Wellness Tea.
Jay, careful! You don't get any of that in your vagina.
It's actually Jay's like a maple tree, but for Echinacea tree.
He's a sap, all right. He's a sap, all right.
It comes out of his vagina, right, Jay?
All right. So, yeah. Jay, how was your test today? I'll take over the show.
the test, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think we might have had a breakthrough, folks.
Now, is this the same one you took like 4 times, or?
This is the one I took one other time.
All right. Okay, so basically, this exam has 4 tests that you have to take, and this is your second time taking this part, right?
Yeah, I got a 73 the first time, and you need a 75. But since I last took it, they made it harder.
And you've gotten smarter, so it's okay.
Right. So I'm feeling much better about it.
Okay, so what's your tax tip of the day?
This part had no tax in it.
What the hell? I thought you were going to be a CPA, accountant.
Yeah, first of all.
Now, when are you going to know if you passed, Jay?
What's your accounting tip of the day?
They said anytime. This is the fun part. Anytime within 3 weeks to 11 weeks.
Now, do you have the next test scheduled?
No, but I'm going to take it at the end of August.
Okay.
Would you be upset if we called the CPA, the administrators of the exam, and instead of like giving you the score, they gave you a series of clues to follow to find your score?
I mean, it couldn't be much more convoluted than what they're doing now. I mean, they said I'll find out anytime up until August 15th.
So you'll find out on August 15th?
I'm sure I will. Yeah, they'll wait till the last second. I mean, how ridiculous is that?
So when are you going to take the next one?
Home run.
August 20. I don't know.
Fucking asshole.
Third week of August.
Oh, okay, I'm just going to turn this game off then.
Sorry. Now I propose.
I hate the Mets.
Yeah, I do too. I propose now, Jay, that we gotta start getting serious about this CPA shit here, because I mean, you're fucking up the show because you won't do a show until you take the test and all this stuff. So I think we need to impose some kind of penalty for every time that you don't pass.
Yeah, Jay, you're
And
disappointing
some
us.
kind of reward for every time you do pass.
I'm
Yeah, in
down with
relation
this.
to the show, not like the shame that you feel when you fail versus the joy if you pass. I mean something tangible that we could do on the show to you to be like you fucking failed again. You're worthless. That
So-
kind of thing.
Jay, do you want the? I'm not sure. Is this better for a reward or a punishment? After you take the exam, depending on whether you pass or not, Bri will give you a handy. Would that be a punishment or a reward?
Well, listen, I don't even like getting handy, so I'm not giving anyone one.
Yeah, Bri is very anti-handy. I thought we
Yeah, very
established
handy.
that.
If your hand's down there, your mouth could be down there. It's been over this.
I have to say, I don't. So I was dating a girl who was like,
My hand can reach. I can do that myself. My mouth can't.
I see. I don't think it's bad. I don't. Jay, what's your opinion?
I'm pro-handy.
Yeah.
No, you guys are wrong. I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
I dated a girl who thought like she was like we were in our 20s. She's like think guys like handies are for like teenagers. We don't do handies anymore. And she also thought guys didn't watch porn anymore either. She's like that's like for teenage boys. Older guys don't watch porn anymore. I'm like I think you're living on another planet.
Alternative facts.
But I would say that
you're wrong on both levels. I could use my hand on myself. Any girl I meet is not going to know how I like it. Put your mouth there, and then we'll deal with it.
so if you're saying if you were double jointed, you could reach with your mouth, you just wouldn't need a girl.
If I could blow myself, yeah, I wouldn't talk to anybody. If I wasn't so fucking fat.
Oh, I love drunk Bri episodes. I was thinking.
You're like so Bri,
This is where I end up in jail at the end of the show because I'm going to start saying bad things about people.
So, Brian, I've noticed you signed up for yoga lessons with us. What are your goals with taking yoga?
My own
it says
dick. Yoga's not going to help with my gut in a way. I got to lose about 75 pounds.
You could do with the hot, like 100-degree yoga.
Sorry, Jay, I'm going to totally derail the plan of the show, but
I was thinking it would be fun to do a best of or a clip show at some point. So if people who are listening back to back episodes notice like a fun segment or just a fun line like Bri's opening today, I thought was kind of fun. Write down the episode and the time and send that to me at thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. And at some point I'll put together a clip show.
Or even better, if you would listen to all of the episodes and then edit together your own best of and send it to us. And Jay will actually just send you the password. You can upload it for us also.
That would be a way to get the clip show up quicker, is if you did it yourself.
or a third option, if you like some of my opinions and want to hear more about my thoughts, just tell me the rant that I went on, and I will expand upon it on future episodes or in a specific message to the listeners.
Oh, so we have an exciting event for the listeners. A very exciting event.
Oh,
We have coming up next episode will be the first episode ever of Brink of Sanity without Jay.
that's right, and we need to set a record for listeners and downloads for this episode.
Yes, so apparently the episodes that I have not been on are some of our lowest downloaded episodes.
And some of the ones I haven't been on have been the highest downloaded episodes.
That's probably true too. So we want to basically show Jay his worth to the show by the episode he is not on, having it be the most downloaded episode ever for Brink of Sanity.
We want to make Jay come back from his vacation, assuming he comes back from vacation, because quite frankly, there's like a 70-30 chance that Jay doesn't come back for various reasons. But we want an episode where Jay comes back and it's like, oh shit, this is what I missed.
Yeah, so we're having I think it might be next Thursday. Peter, one of our listeners, is going to host us and record the episode for us and download it. And if you're a listener and you want to be in that show, email us at whatever our email address is. Jay, what's our email address?
.com.
thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com.
Now,
I mean-
Jay, in all seriousness, you do know there's like I said this before we started, but there's like a 70-30 chance you're not going to make it back, right? Like for various reasons, like you're in jail, you missed your flight, customs.
I
your
showed up to the
passport's
airport
invalid,
without
that
any
kind of thing.
Yeah, like when I went to Mexico with you, and I showed up to the airport without like anything.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
This was pre-2001, so I actually got on the plane anyway. But like,
Jay and I want to. I'll give a little backstory. I want a free trip to Cancun from a radio station, and It was originally supposed to be like a 3-day, 4-night, 4-night. No, wait, what is it? 3 and 4, whatever. And 3-day, 4-night, 4-night, 3-day, whatever.
Who cares?
Who
Brian?
cares?
Go on.
So anyway, so I win this trip.
The rest of
and
the
then
show is
a
just
couple
Brian
days-
trying to figure out
a
if
couple
it's
days
3
after
days
they
apart.
call me, after I win the trip, they call me and they say they want us to come. They'd like my quote unquote phone call when I won, which I don't understand. And they're looking for fun people to go with them for a week to Cancun with the afternoon radio show. But the only catch was that it was literally like 10 days out or like 15 days out. It was like 2 weeks out. And so I basically went through every girl I knew trying to be like, hey, you want to go to Mexico for a week? And no. So I was like, oh, fuck, I guess I'll call Jay, even though I knew Jay would be my original choice. Jay wasn't doing anything. So he's like, yeah, fine. So I was like, all right, you got to have this. This was 2000 and like,
I think it was
2 or
2000.
3. It was like 2 or 3. I was like, Jay, I was like, all right, I'll pick you up at the ferry. You got to have a passport. I picked Jay up at the ferry. He's like, you know anybody who has a fax machine and who's a notary? And I'm like, why the fuck would you ask me that? No. Oh, I forgot my birth certificate in Long Island. I'm like,
And I don't know what a
motherfucker.
passport is.
Yeah. So like we have to go to the. We have to go.
Wait. Hang on. Can I pause for a second, Brian? I know you're on a roll.
Yeah.
Why would you need your birth certificate to get on a plane?
Because I didn't have a passport.
This was before. You only needed a birth certificate to go to Mexico. You didn't need a passport
Oh.
at this time. This was like 2002 or 3. It was before they changed the rule.
Okay.
So I picked Jay up at the ferry in Bridgeport, and he's like, the first thing he says to me is, you know anybody with a fax machine? And I'm like, no. Why the fuck would he need a fax machine at this point? So we get in the car, and he's like, I don't have my birth. I forgot my birth. I'm like, Jay, the only thing I told you to bring, among anything else, like underwear, socks, anything, was your fucking birth certificate. Oh, I forgot my birth certificate.
I think that,
So we get a what?
It'd be really great if you were telling Jay before the trip, like, so this is how many pairs of underwear you need. This is the socks you need.
Well, it was a 7-day trip, so I mean, it
Jay,
was kind of,
you got bring the green shirt with the collar. You know you look good in that.
So anyway, so he's like, I don't have my birth certificate. I'm like, all right. So we we go somewhere, we get a fax. We get like a fax of his birth certificate. And we go to this notary, and we're like, we need to notarize this. I can't notarize this. And we're like, okay. So we get to the airport, and Jay's like, well, if I can't get on the plane, then I'll just get on a bus and go to Boston and see my girlfriend. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So we get there. So somehow Jay talks his way onto the plane, and the people like the customs like outgoing people are like, well, you can get on the plane, you'll be fine, but you might not get back into the country. We're like, well, we'll deal with that in a week. You know, we're going for a week. We'll just deal with that in a week, whatever. But somehow, I don't know, Jay gave the guy $20 or something, and we ended up getting on the plane. So
I talked my way back into America, too.
So I have literal confidence that Jay's going to end up coming home to America in, how long are you going for?
Like 13 days.
13 days, yeah. There's very slim chance that Jay will ever be on this podcast again from America.
My girlfriend's already threatened that if I piss her off, she's just going to abandon me in Thailand. So
A little known fact that actually 6 of the 18 hijackers for 9/11 just paid $20 to get on the plane. They didn't actually have any kind of identification. So tell us where you're going, Jason. Not everyone knows where you're going.
I am going to Japan and Thailand.
Like I said, there's little chance he's coming back.
You know what you should do in Thailand? I've heard it's a really cool thing to do there. Buy drugs on the street because the jails there are supposed to be great. They make a lot of movies about going to jail in Thailand. So.
Did that guy get whipped in Thailand? No, that wasn't Thailand.
That was
Who's that guy that
Singapore.
got whipped?
Singapore for like
yeah.
chewing gum or something like that. Pretty normal country.
Very rational.
Totally rational. I think he did more than just chew gum, but I think there was like
It was
gum was.
it was graffiti, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been graffiti too. He's made some graffiti, and they were like, "Okay, we're going to publicly lash you," which makes you kind of feel like people don't commit a lot of crimes there if that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I bet their crime is way better than ours.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's like? Oh, I shoplifted a grape, so that's why I don't have legs.
But what makes an American go, I'm going to go to Singapore and then spray paint shit?
The same reason people go to Thailand.
What makes people say, "Hey, I live in the Bronx. I'm going to spray paint this building"? Why people are assholes?
True.
Like, people being assholes knows no bounds. They're like, I could be an asshole in a whole other country. It'll be amazing.
I just figured you could, Singapore's an expensive trip. You can be a dickhead in your hometown.
Isn't Singapore like next to Thailand?
Probably.
Probably. It's Asia, so it's all.
I mean,
like
I know this was 20 years ago. It has no relation to your trip, but
I mean, I also might die on this trip because I just looked at the weather and it's going to be over 100 degrees and humid every day.
I'm telling you, the odds are 70-30 you don't make it back.
So wait, Brian.
Sorry,
should we make a bet on this? I'm gonna say.
What day are you supposed to come back?
Supposed to come back that Sunday the 29th?
8th?
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever that is.
I will bet he does not come back that date.
Okay, so I'll make a gentleman's bet with you that Jay lives. You're gonna take the under?
I think he'll be back later than that.
Brian doesn't think I'm
Okay,
going to die.
you're saying he'll be back later. You're not saying he'll die.
I mean, he might die, but I know Jay. I've traveled with Jay, and nothing ever goes smoothly with Jay.
It's not just
Jay will be
traveling.
like-
it's more just
Although
my life.
in Jay's defense, I am the one that got the black eye the one time we went to spring break, but that's irrelevant.
Here's what's going to happen. There's going to be terrorists hijacking the plane, and these are the two thoughts that are going to go through Jay's head. The first thought will be, oh, fuck. And the second thought will be, if I do survive this, it'll be a great story for Brink.
The other option is that there might not be a U.S. to come back to by then.
Yes, if North Korea acts on Bry's whims, we might be done.
Oh, it would totally bail me out of a lot of short and long-term problems that I'm having.
Bry would be like, yeah, I know I heard in the news that we're all going to be wiped out in the next 20 minutes, but I'm going to try to go on Facebook and hit like this news report.
Well, let me ask you guys a serious question on this topic. Do you think, now honestly, if North Korea launched a nuclear bomb or weapon or whatever at America, do you think we would know about it in advance? Like, do you think they go on and be like CNN would be like, oh, North Korea just launched a nuclear bomb like at LA, at California, like, oh, good luck everyone, fuck you. Or do you think it would just be like, all of a sudden we'd just be sitting there and be like, oh, we're all dead?
Well, I think we monitor our airspace. That I think we would know enough. We would have some advance warning.
No. I'm not saying that our government wouldn't know. But I'm saying,
they wouldn't.
Think our government would tell us.
Oh, no, they would definitely not tell us.
Well, it's Donald Trump, so he'll tweet about it.
Because I was watching one of those I forgot what movie it was. One of those dopey movies where Armageddon or one of those where it's, the end of the world is coming. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, there's no fucking way. Like, why would they tell us that's coming just to induce panic to get everybody to, like, go crazy? Like, they would just be like, oh, we don't know about that. And then the bomb would hit and it'd be it.
There's a movie. Did you guys see A Friend for the End of the World?
No.
It's the 40-year-old virgin guy. What's his name? Steve
Carell?
Carell, yeah. So it's him and some girl basically in the movie. But basically the story of the movie is a giant asteroid's coming to Earth. The beginning of the movie, you hear like a news report where like the last possible attempt they had to stop it failed, and so that the thing is going to be here. They say in a week, and there's nothing we can do, and the entire planet's going to be wiped out.
And he's still a virgin at 40, and he needs to get laid before the hits.
That would have been a better way to go with the movie now. But it was just interesting. And like people are like going to work, and they're like, "Why are we all going to work? Like we're all going to be dead."
That's what I mean. Like, there's no way they would tell us because there's no reason to induce all that panic. If a mob's coming and we can't do anything about it, they're just going to be like, oh, fucking whatever.
I mean, maybe they would tell you because they'd be like, well, fuck it. Let's just, I mean, if there's panic, who cares? It'll be over in a week.
But I mean, like if they announce North Korea launched a missile and it's coming for California, fucking Harvey again, you fucking cocksucker.
I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I turned it off.
If they launched a missile and our fucking, our awesome missiles that are supposed to intercept them can't.
What if
in that episode of The Simpsons where the missile just misses? Like, there's no reason for them to just be, oh, no, that was Walker. I'm sorry. The Mets are up. Oh, never mind. 2-1. Never mind. Anyway.
What if they launched a nuclear weapon and just hit Matt Harvey? Would you be okay?
I really wanted Matt Harvey to do well so they can make him the fucking closer because fucking White
That's what I
Peter
was
from
thinking.
Philly is out for the year. Jay, I'm sorry, but this is going to be next week's show. It's going to be all about the Mets.
I figured.
I hope Peter, our guest host, is going to be a big Met fan.
You guys got to come to a 7-line tailgate and/or game.
Yeah, we'll come.
Jay, it's like when we were at Northeastern with the dog pound.
Oh God.
Only it's like 1,000 people just fucking hooting and hollering for the entire game.
The dog pound was not for us.
We were rowdier than the dog pound.
Mark, there was this. We went to all the hockey games for
We got kicked out of it.
for the college. The college hockey team, and there was this whole section called the dog pound, and they had these chants and cheers, and they were loud and rowdy. And Brian and I sat on the other side of the stadium. And the two of us were so loud that they invited us to join them. And
Then we get kicked out.
we were so rowdy, they told us never to sit with them ever again.
Nice.
But the the 7-line's fun though. They sit out in the outfield, right next the 3 sections by the Apple, for like 14 games, and they just cheer. They have a bunch of random cheers. They're all stupid, but there's a couple that are pretty good.
I like
And,
your
they tailgate
chance.
before the game for like 3 hours. There's lots of drinking.
I'm convinced. It sounds like a fun idea.
Bry's chance in the dog pound was, the dog pound is like, go team, beat that team. And Bry's like, the other player is a fucking faggot. And he's a faggot because he likes getting fucked in the ass. And you just see it all get quiet. Everyone just starts staring at
Yeah, we got a little out of control, but I'm a little older now, so I'm not a little more mellow at that kind of stuff. But at the Giant game, Mark, last week, there was a lot of Hunter Pence signs, but they weren't nearly as good as some of the ones that I had come up with.
Well,
But Hunter Pence, he's a little wacky, so. But it's fun. If I can get you guys tickets, I'll definitely have you guys come out to one of the games.
Yeah, no, we're down. We're down going. Sounds fun.
Yeah. Plus, we still have. Isn't that guy supposed to take us to a game?
Yes, he's supposed to romance us. There's a fan that wants to take us to a Met game. Bry might have to give him sexy time, but we're down to do it.
I will be very polite to him because I was really drunk for the time that got announced.
Hey, I have a question for you, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for you, Bry, too, also. I know, Jay, your favorite thing in the world to do is to change in a locker room and take a shower, right? That's like your favorite thing in the world.
Oh, yeah.
So here's a question. Let's just say you did that. Can you see a scenario where you left the locker room without your underwear?
No.
I guess if I was getting chased.
The only scenario where that would be allowed is if I was in the bathroom and I shit my pants into my underwear. I would roll them up, throw them in the garbage, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. That I would do. Well, I wouldn't shit my underwear. If I did, I would throw it away.
Well, sometimes you have a surprise fart. You never know.
You never know.
Never trust
So,
a
Mark,
fart.
you must have a good story coming.
I don't really have a good story coming, but I was just saying I was in the gym this morning and work out, go to take a shower because I am not scared to do that like Jay, and
I am.
I guess everyone on the show is scared to do it but me. I'm the brave one. I will go. I should give speeches in front of people. I could do like motivation speaker and be like, yes, you too will after my course will have the guts to take a shower in a men's locker room.
You could do
Mark
it.
clearly has the biggest dick of the three of us.
You could do a TED Talk, and it'll just be about taking showers.
It's like yes, a whole thing of like yes, I was for a long time I didn't think I was brave enough, but I worked on it. And
Jay, you had no format for tonight's show, right?
Has he ever had a format for the show?
Oh, well, every now and then he does.
Yeah, sometimes
Okay.
they come up with. I mean, there was a couple things we wanted
We're going
to talk
till midnight, right? It's 9:30. We got all night.
I mean,
Yeah, when have you ever had a format?
I feel like I'm having trouble just following the show right now.
That's good. Well, then me and Mark are in good shape for next week.
Next week. I took a shower. So I went to take a
What?
shower.
Another fucking asshole. I'm sorry. yes?
Okay, we get you're watching the Met game. I went to take a shower, and the shower there's just underwear hanging over the showers, over the shower hook, and no one comes to claim it. So I take a shower, I go back to change. Someone comes with the underwear. He's like, "Sir," he's like, "You forgot your underwear." I'm like, "Those aren't my underwear." But now you're gonna think they're my underwear. And
Hold on a minute. You got into a shower stall with a pair of underwear hanging in there?
I did. Well, they were just, the stall was open. It didn't seem like anyone was using it, and I got in. I didn't even notice the underwear at first, but there was a pair of underwear hanging there. Do you not get in that stall? Do you think someone's using it, or do you think someone just left their
No,
underwear?
I don't go anywhere
I would
near a
never
stall
go
with
in that stall in the history of my life.
Yeah.
No.
Why? Why would you never go in that stall? It's just underwear. The underwear is just hanging over the.
It's not clean underwear.
Well, I didn't have to touch the underwear. It wasn't like I had to lick it to find it. Like, it was just hanging over the
It's
shower
in
curtain.
your personal area. It's close enough.
You know. Generally, when you're changing the locker room, underwear is near you. It's just usually on people.
It's not by your head while you're trying to
The
get
easiest
clean.
solution is to never go to a place where you have to change in a fucking locker room.
Well, if I'm going to work out before work, I'm sweaty. I can't just go to work. I
You're
need to
married
shower.
with children. You don't need to work out.
That's probably true. But there's by the way, everyone that's married I know is always like, yeah. I mean, like, I can't. Why work out anymore? Why?
There's no reason. There's literally no reason.
I always feel like that was like a joke people made, like on TV. But everyone I know says the exact same thing. They're like, what's the point? And like girls also are like, what's the point?
Seriously, you're wasting your time.
That being said,
You could be spending time with your children.
that's true. That's true. I guess I'm sacrificing my children to work out for no apparent reason.
Which
I'm not spending time with my
I
kids.
can't fault you for that. As a hater of children, I can't fault you for that.
Don't you kind of have a kid, Bri?
No, I don't think so.
No, is your
I
girlfriend?
have a couple of aborted kids, but I don't think I have any real kids.
I assume you're still with your long-term girlfriend / wife, Bri?
I would leave the slash out. Yes.
Okay, so
Kid.
well, you spend a lot of time with that kid, I imagine.
No, I spend maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours a month with that kid.
2 hours a month? Because aren't you guys? Don't you spend a lot of time with her?
No, I see her on the weekends, and even that's too much. if I'm drunk
what's her
X, even that is too fucking much.
What's her name?
Her name's not important. And speaking of that, Jay, I need a key to your apartment, by the way.
Wait, so Bri's like, Tammy, I told you, you're not allowed to set foot in my apartment till 12 midnight, and you have to be gone by 3. Those are the rules. If you mention your son again, I'm gonna hit you.
No, I see her every Saturday.
You guys have every Saturday, like your Saturday date night.
Saturday.
Saturday is our night, yeah, quote unquote.
And remember, Tammy, no hand jobs. I don't fucking like hand jobs.
That's right. Blowjobs or nothing. That's it. Anyways,
If it's just gonna be hand jobs, I don't need you coming over Saturday.
Jay, I do need you to FedEx me a copy of your key to your apartment.
Could you, Jay, also, Peter that's hosting next week, could you send me your key also?
Well, this is the problem. This is why I hate doing things for people. All right.
Why do you need Jay's key? Could you explain? Since no one knows that you're talking about this before the show.
No. You told me to save it for the show. I'm save it for the show.
Oh, okay.
So, if my significant other,
did you have an entire handle of whiskey before the show started?
no, I had about like 6 shots of vodka, which I got to get some more of, by the way. And I also I've had a sore throat since last Monday, so I've barely eaten. So I'm really drunk because I've barely eaten in the past week. Anyways, so I get an email from my girlfriend. I'll call her my girlfriend. I don't fucking care. Fuck you. She emails me last week.
Else you want to call her?
I don't know. Yeah, because I get shit all that. Because I get shit on comments like, "Oh, Brian said it was his girlfriend. It must be a big development." Whatever. I don't care.
Well, what is she?
She's my girlfriend, I guess. She's not my wife. She's not my fiance. I don't know what else.
That's no girlfriend's fine, but like before you wouldn't call your girlfriend, and
I would call her my girlfriend. You guys just didn't call her my girlfriend.
Well, now it's been 8 years, so you can finally call her girlfriend.
No, it hasn't been that long.
And if they get married 5 years later, he'll say it's wife.
Anyways, so she's a huge, for whatever reason, Zach Brown fan. So she emails me last week and she goes, "Oh, I found out Zach Brown's playing at the Today Show next week."
Could you what's a Zach Brown?
Zach Brown band. He's a country music. He kind of sucks.
Does he leave underwear in locker rooms?
I don't think he does, but I'm not sure.
Maybe that's his calling card. Oh, underwear.
I'll look
Zach
into
Brown.
it tomorrow. When I'm sober, I'll look into it tomorrow. Anyway, so she emails me. Her favorite band in the world is Zach Brown. So she goes, Zach Brown is playing on the Today Show next a couple weeks. She goes, there's an email to sign up for to win tickets for tickets to
Studio
see them
audience.
like in the front section or whatever. She goes, sign up for it. Sign up for it. So I get an email today that I won tickets to go see him on Tuesday at the Today Show in fucking Rockefeller Plaza, wherever the fuck the Today Show is.
Whatever the fuck the Today Show is? Go on.
I work. I don't know where the Today Show is. And
I thought you said what it is. Okay, go on.
no, I mean I know what the Today Show is, but I don't know where their musical, thing is. So I get an email today that says,
I think it's by Rockefeller Center.
right. So I get an email today that says, I won tickets to get into the pit or whatever to see the show. So I forward it to her, just kind of like, hey, I won. I hope you did. And she's like, oh, well, I didn't. So you have to be there to get a ticket by 5:30 in the morning on Tuesday. And I'm like, I literally don't want to take a day off to go deal with all this shit, but she does. So she's like, oh, well, let's drive in at 2 a.m. and park the car and go down to wherever and get it. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking do that. And I was like, listen, if you want to go to it, because her birthday's coming up, and I'm a nice guy, and I didn't get anything for her birthday. So I said, listen, if you really want to do this, we'll get a hotel room Monday night. We'll go down Monday night, take the train, get a hotel room, and then we'll get up and we'll go 5 a.m. or whatever. She's like, I don't want to get a hotel room because she just, on a side note, she just got a puppy that she won't leave for more than like 2 hours at a time. She's like, well, we should just drive in at like 2 a.m. I'm like, I'm not driving in at 2 a.m. to go to New York to see some shit that I don't like.
Brian,
So-
can I interrupt you 1 second?
Oh,
Jay,
absolutely.
Jay, how do you feel about Bri having sex on your bed?
Listen, there will be no sex involved in your bed.
It's going to happen. So there will be Bri's cum stains will be all over your pillow. How do you feel about that, Jay?
Jay, I can guarantee there won't even be like we'll sleep in separate beds at that point.
Why would you sleep on separate beds?
Because I can't stand her, and I'll sleep on one bed, and she'll sleep in another bed.
What? Wait, why? You guys don't when she sleeps over? She doesn't sleep over on Saturday
She
nights?
sleeps over. We share a bed. Listen, I'm not gonna. I can't fucking stand her, but she wants to go to this, and I said, listen, I wanted to stay over. 2 weeks ago, with the 7-Line Army, we had a baseball game.
Could you give out?
Hold on.
Could you give out love advice every
2
week?
weeks ago, with the 7-Line Army, I went to a Mets game in Washington.
Yeah.
And we had to be at Citi Field at 5:30 in the morning. So I had to leave my house at 3 in the morning to get to Citi Field at 5:30 in the morning to get on a bus for 6 hours to go to Washington. I don't want to have to get up at 2 in the morning to go to fucking New York to go stand in line to see somebody I don't fucking like.
Well, it gets better because if he's on the Today Show, he's going to play a total of 2 songs.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah. So
When
they
you
said
say
5:30, so he'll play 2 songs, great, and then we'll go home. And like, I don't need to deal with that.
when you say you don't want to wake up at 2 in the morning to go drive to see someone you don't like, do you mean Zach Brown or your girlfriend?
Well, listen, it's widely known that I don't sleep, and the joke is, well, if you don't sleep, you might as well just go. But just because I can't sleep, doesn't mean I don't like laying in bed trying to sleep. So I told her, I said, listen, the only way I'll go is if we get a hotel room Monday night and then stay down there. And she's like, oh, we should just drive. And I'm like, well, I'm not fucking driving. But if Jay will give me a key to his apartment, then I'll go and just fucking stay there. But there's no real way that Jay could give me a key to his apartment. It's not like he could leave it under the mat.
Well, just to solve your problem, if you're driving in Monday, Jay could leave the key with someone else who could give it to you, someone who's not going to be in Thailand.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to have to put Jay up to that. I've never been to Jay's apartment. I don't want to just go.
When you see it for the first time, where are you first going to have sex, and where are you going to defile? What part of the apartment?
I'll only have sex if Jay's in the apartment.
You could take Monday off and come down Sunday night.
There you go. Yeah. Can you take Monday off to go see Zach Brown?
Well, here's the deal. I don't even want to take Tuesday off to go see him.
But you're going to get back to work? You're going to go see him and then drive back to work?
No, I don't want to go, period. She told me to sign up for this fucking thing because I thought she was, she was like, oh, just sign up because neither of us will win. I won. She didn't. So it's not like it's transferable. If she won,
I see.
No problem.
Oh, okay.
It's not transferable. Like if she won, I could be like, well, you fucking go and I'll just watch your dogs.
Can I I just want to go back in time and just like solve this for you.
Okay.
Here's if I'm gonna play the part of Bri for this flashback. Oh, you didn't win? Did I win? No. Problem solved.
Well,
why would you tell her you won?
Well,
it's a good point. It's a good point.
2 reasons. I'll tell you why. 2 reasons.
You took an honesty pill?
No, I have an honesty pill. Now, the first reason was
Brian, 6 honesty pills today.
I didn't think that she didn't win, number 1. And number 2.
But hang on. Let's say you both won. Wouldn't she say, how about we both go? You'd still have the problem that you won.
No.
I understand you could take someone with you. I get that.
Right.
But why don't you just say, what is the benefit of telling her that you won?
Well, here's the problem. About a month ago, she got a new dog, a new puppy. So she has 3 dogs compared to my 1 dog.
She has 3 dogs?
She has 3 dogs.
You're dating a kettle owner?
No. She has a dog that's like 8 years old who's fine. Like she leaves him for like 24 hours. He's fine. A second dog she got was my dog's younger sister, who every time she comes over, she brings him, which is fine. My dog likes her. The 2 of them are fine. But in the middle of March, she got a puppy, which I didn't advise her against it, but I didn't advise her to get it. I was just kind of like, if you want to get it, fine. So she got this puppy who's not trained, who shits all over the place, who she's terrified of leaving for more than a few hours. Now, if she didn't have this dog, she wouldn't care. She'd be like, oh, let's just fucking go because I'll just bring her old dog. She could leave for 24 hours. He's fine. He's good. He loves being alone. The other dog, I'll leave him with my dog. The 2 of them are fine. It's fine. But this new puppy is very sensitive. He doesn't like being left alone. So that's the problem.
Can I ask you? I want to go to your state of your relationship with this girl. Do you love her?
Let's
I
not.
like her.
We don't need to put Brian on the spot like that.
I like her.
Well, I mean, she'll never. Bride, does she listen to the show? Does she even know you do a podcast?
No, it's me.
They do a podcast, but I don't think she knows how to find it.
You're.
And I mean, if she was ever on the show, we'd have to pretend that we never talked about her.
First of all,
the problem is like she would totally like she wants to just because she doesn't want to leave this dog. So she's like, let's just go at 2 a.m, drive in, find a place to park, and then go sit here and wait for this fucking, whatever, which is fine. I don't care, except for the fact that I don't fucking like Zach Brown. Zach Brown fans, he's fine. I don't hate him, but I don't like him enough to waste a day off of my life to fucking go down to New York to fucking deal with all this bullshit.
Is there someone that was on the Today Show where you would have said, hey, this is worth it?
Yeah, but anybody I like's not playing the Today Show.
No, just say but the Today Show thing means you have to drive at 2 a.m. and they're gonna play 2 songs and you're gonna drive home. Is there any band or out we'd be like, it'd be worth it? It'd be worth the 4 hours of driving at 2 a.m. to do this.
No, because any band I like isn't gonna play the Today Show. But I will say that her birthday is May 30th, and I have literally no gift for her, and not planning on any gift for her. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I see.
You should get her.
The stalemate we're at is, I will go. I have no problem going, but I want to go Monday night and get a hotel room and just get up and go. Whereas she's like, oh, let's just leave at 2 a.m. in Connecticut and fucking go. And I don't want to do that. That's kind of the stalemate.
What's the stalemate?
The stalemate is I want to go to New York. I would rather get.
You want to do Monday night. You want to do Monday night,
and I get a hotel room.
So get a hotel room.
So I could get up at 4:30 in the morning, and go to wherever we have to go, as opposed to leaving Connecticut at 2 in the morning to go wherever we go.
So get a hotel room.
And the joke is like, well, you don't sleep anyway because I have the worst sleeping problems. You don't go, so let's just go at 2 in the morning. Well, just because I don't sleep doesn't mean I don't like laying in bed for 2 hours trying to sleep.
So get a hotel room.
Which is what I want to try to get Jay to fax me his keys so I can stay with him.
If I could fax keys, I would. But faxing is for papers.
Yeah, I don't know how to solve your problem, Bri.
I do. I just solved
the other
it.
Problem. Here's the other part of the.
Just get a hotel room and say it's already paid for. Now we have to stay in it. You stupid bitch.
See, and I have no problem doing that, but she's afraid to leave her dogs.
Jay, the
other part of this whole problem is that we're going to see Zach Brown in Hartford in July, and we're also going to Hershey, Pennsylvania in September to see Zach Brown.
Oh my God, you're in,
band.
man. You're seeing this guy way too much.
Well, it's her band.
You're almost like dating Zach Brown.
Here's the thing. I have no problem. Like, they have a really awesome tailgate situation. So when we go see him in Hartford, it's fine. I don't care. We go see him in Hershey, I'll go to Hershey Park for the day. I don't really care. It's just I have no interest in doing this.
Jay, is stupid bitch Bri's pet name for her?
Probably.
Why don't you, if you're seeing in Hershey, why don't you just say we're not going to go see? Like, how in love is she with Zach Brown? Like, why do you have to do both concerts?
See, I can't give her shit for that because I'm the same way about the bands that I like. Where I'm to the point of I have tickets to see my favorite band is Tool. Okay, and everyone knows that. And I've gone last year. 2 years ago, I went to Arizona to see Tool. Last year, I went to see California to see Tool. I have tickets to see Tool in Maine over Labor Day weekend, which I have not decided if I'm actually going to see that, which is fine. I'm not sure. It's her thing, and I understand it's her thing. I just
why don't you just say happy birthday? Here, I've got you tickets to go see Tool in Maine.
She doesn't really want to go.
Well, then she doesn't want to use her birthday present. That's her problem.
No. The issue we're having is it's not going to see them in New York. I don't care. I would go see them. I don't want to have to go 2 a.m. Tuesday. I'd rather go Monday night and stay in the room.
How about this? Why don't you just go Monday night and she comes Tuesday morning and there you go. You're done.
I thought of that. But I still have nowhere to stay Monday night.
Why don't you?
I thought of actually going at the problem is there's no train. The train
I can solve it
5 a.m, so there's no way to get like I thought of if I could be in New York, get the tickets, meet her, give her the tickets, fucking go home and go to bed, I would do it. But there's not really a reason. I can do that.
I have an idea. Here's an idea for you.
I'm listening.
This weekend, what are you up to this weekend?
We're not doing anything. It's raining. It's the first weekend in 3 weeks that we have nothing to do.
Yeah.
And she's going to be mad because I'm going to the Mets game. Although I tried to get her to go to the Mets game and she doesn't want to go.
Okay, Bri. Why don't you just drive to New York on Saturday, get a drink with Jay, make a copy of his key, and drive back Sunday morning? You probably, Jay, can Bri stay over? And
I think Jay's leaving for Long Island as soon as this fucking show ends, which we won't end the show.
Yeah, I'm not going to be around Saturday, but if Bri wants to stop by Sunday, he can get a key.
Yeah, he has to pack and stuff, so why don't you go there Sunday?
See, if it was any other weekend of the year and I knew Jay was going to be home, I would just be like, dude, Jay, can I sleep on your couch? And she can sleep on the floor. I wouldn't care.
What? Bri's gonna get the apartment from you. Figure out how to get the key, and you'd be like, Jay says I'm gonna sleep in the bed, but you have to sleep on the floor. And she'll be like, well, can I sleep on the couch? No, he said floor. Get on the floor.
No. See, that's not fair because I haven't seen Jay in 4 years, so it's not fair to me to just be like, Jay, can I show up at your apartment when you're not here?
Jay, do you give a shit? If he comes, will you let him make a copy of your key on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, it's been longer than 4 years, but yes.
Well,
So-
you get my point. I mean, here's the thing.
You know, Jake can hear you, so it's totally
Here's the
cool.
thing. Here's the thing. I don't really want to go to this fucking thing. I know she wants to. If I could get her to go, it would get me off the hook. And the problem with our relationship is
It's
she
a
won't
lot.
fuck.
I don't know if we have this much time, man.
There's a lot of problems with a relationship. She won't do anything without me. Whereas when I do anything without her, I'm perfectly fine.
Can we cut
Case
to
in point,
can we-
2
can we-
weeks. I'm staying at the casino for 3 nights because a friend of mine told me Tool was coming. He said Tool's playing Mohegan Sun May 21st. I booked 3 fucking nights at the casino because I knew they were coming, and now they're not coming. But I'm still staying there because I don't care. So Jay, the week after next week, if you want to come to Mohegan Sun, I got a room for 2 nights, 3 nights.
Can we cut to you talking about your issues with Tammy?
Who's Tammy?
Hi, your girlfriend. You didn't give us the name. Tammy's your girlfriend. Hey, Bri, how are you? Are you gonna go see Tool without me again? Why don't you take me with you? I'll be your Tool, Bri.
She doesn't want to go to Tool, does she?
Oh, I don't want to go see Tool. Can you drive at 2 in the morning?
I'm pissed because a friend of mine gave me an inside tip that Tool was playing at Mohegan Sun Arena on such and such a date in May in 2 weeks. I reserved a room for 3 nights because I wasn't sure when it was coming. Because I knew if they were coming, I know people who were going to want to go to the show, not going to want to go to the show. Now they're not coming. And I found out they're officially 100% not coming. But I still have the room, and I said, fuck you, I'm staying for those 2 nights so I can gamble all weekend.
Can't you just cancel your reservation?
No, I could, but I wanted to because I was so mad. And I'm just like, you know what? I need a couple days to myself to just piss away a couple of grand and fucking gamble and all that stuff.
What the hell do you do for work? We have a couple grand to piss away.
I am so... Hey, Jay, do you like gorillas?
Yeah.
The band or the animal?
Well, I like
No,
both,
man,
so that's
but
why I
see-
said yes.
Yeah.
They are playing. I want to go to this so fucking bad. They're playing the Meadows Festival at Citi Field in September.
Hmm.
Okay.
They just announced the festival. It's at Citi Field. It's in September. They announced it's one of those deals where they announce the whole festival, but not every day. And based on every festival I've ever paid attention to, they're probably playing. They're gonna headline one night. They're the only fucking band I want to see, and I want to go to the show so bad because I want to fucking see Gorillaz. If I get tickets, you want to go? It's gonna be in September.
As long as it's not outrageous.
It'd be like $100.
Do you want to see Tom Petty for 110?
No, but you should have bought fucking live. If you come to Connecticut, I could probably get you free tickets to them.
The Tom Petty?
I'll do that.
So, all right. So here's, I'll keep you in touch.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Meadows Music Festival. It's at Citi Field, September 15th to 17th.
Who else is playing?
All right. It's a 3-day festival, quote unquote.
Can we get back
Here's
to the free
headline.
Tom Petty tickets?
Jay-Z, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Gorillaz, Future, Nas, Ben Singer, Weezer, Run the Jewels, LL Cool J, MIA. After that, it's fucking people I never heard of. Based on the way every festival I've ever seen, the way they headline, Gorillaz will be the headline the third night. I want to see the Gorillaz so fucking bad.
I didn't.
I know. I get that. They're going to be, of those bands, they're going to be the headline because I feel like a lot of those bands are more popular than Gorillaz.
It's probably
It's 3 nights.
Yeah, it's 3 nights. There's only like 3 good
Jay-Z's
bands
the
there.
first headline, Chili Peppers the second, and Gorillaz is the third. I tried to buy Gorillaz for Boston on just their headline show, and it sold out in like 2 minutes. I fucking love Gorillaz. I want to see them. They're one of like 4 bands that are still a band that I want to fucking see.
Where are they playing? I don't understand. Where
It's
at
at Citi Field.
Like they're just like at Citi Field, they have a bunch. Like you're just gonna sit in the regular stands, and they're gonna keep all the.
It's a festival. It's called the Meadows Music Festival. Apparently, they played last year. It looked like fucking Kanye fucking bullshit West headline last year, but it's 3 nights, and just basically based on the festivals I've seen, when they list the top 3 people, like right now, the top 3 are Jay-Z, Chili Peppers, who fucking suck, Gorillaz. It leads me to believe Gorillaz are headlining the third night.
Yeah, no, I see that. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like Gorillaz is one of the headliners. That sounds plausible.
I'm stupid, and I'm not. I'm drunk, but I'm not stupid. I would pay $100 to see them because I fucking love them, and I would love to see their show. Just based on, I know people who have seen them, and the way that they portray their show would just be the fucking best thing ever.
I figured you would hate that band for some reason.
I love Gorillaz. They're so fucking good. They're so fucking creative.
Can we rewind to the part where you said I could have free Tom Petty tickets?
Do they have a second song besides Clint Eastwood?
No, don't derail him.
A lot of songs. The Gorillaz are good.
Okay. But they've written a second song since then, right?
Oh, they've like 5 or 6 since then.
Are they all called Clint Eastwood, or are they all named after his movies?
No.
Clint Eastwood is my favorite rapper, Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Dude, Gorillaz. I know a girl who lives in New York. She runs the what's the place? What's that deli? Carnegie Hall. She runs Carnegie Hall. I met her because I had tickets to a Tool show at Madison Square Garden, and I was selling them, and she bought them. I met her, and she fucking runs Carnegie Hall, and she saw Gorillaz, and she was like, I was talking to her, and she was like, oh yeah, I had extra tickets. I didn't even think you would like to go see them. I'm like, you fucking cunt. Yeah, I would have fucking loved to see that shit. She's in like every show at Carnegie Hall in like the last 15 years. But as of now, they haven't released the daily lineup for that show. But when they do, when it's Gorillaz for the last show, I'm probably going to buy them. So if anyone wants to go, let me know.
I was into your story. Jay, you want to just keep going with the story since you're going to go to Thailand anyway?
I don't even know where the hell this story was.
Cocksucker Matt Harvey. I'm in the fucking baseball game anymore. I'm about to slap the shit out of my dog. The fucking dog's sitting here like, what did I do? Like, you're fucking sitting here while I'm doing a podcast. Anyway.
That would be one of the clips, by the way. That's a good example of sound bites. Somebody wants to mark that one down.
Because I fucking Lucas dude had a fucking thread fucking strikeout. Anyway,
So I have a question for you guys.
Don't do a story before you go to Japan and never come back.
Story's not never coming out. I have a story for you guys. I have a question for you guys.
No, if it's about your kids, I don't care.
Okay. When you lose weight, where does it go?
I don't know. I've never lost weight. I just keep gaining
I have
it.
a story. I know. I have a story. A question. We all work in offices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
When did sign become sign off?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I would second what Jay just said.
Oh, you mean...
Same office. I've worked in the same office for 11 years.
Okay.
Anytime a document comes in, hey, give it to him. He's got to sign it. Yeah, sign it. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you have to sign off on it. You have to sign off on it. Sign off. When did sign become sign off?
In 2014.
Nobody
Wait.
knows. You really don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, hang on. Don't those two like sign something and sign off on something? Aren't they two like different things? Sign off. It means you're approving it. Sign it means you're actually physically signing something.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the same. Like for like 10 years, I've worked in an office, and it's like, oh, we got these documents. Give them to the attorney. They got to sign it. They got to sign it. They got to do this.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, in the last like 2-3 years, it's like, oh, the agreements came in. Give it to the attorney. He's got to sign off on them. He's got to sign off on this. He's got to sign off on that. It's the same fucking thing. Why? When did it change?
Oh, so in other words, they're adding a point seconds to your
like,
life.
Hey, instead of giving that, hey, here's this, sign it, so we could go. It's sign off on. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Nobody noticed that.
Why don't you ask?
Oh, that's why I'm asking. You guys clearly have not noticed that.
No, no one's. I haven't noticed.
Well, now
it
that
at
you
all.
mention it, it is true. I just, yeah, I don't know.
Either of you have noticed that it went from sign to sign off?
No.
Okay.
Well, now that he mentions it, I noticed.
Maybe it's me. That's fine. It just seems like forever. It was just like, we got these documents in, give the attorney, hey, you got to sign this. You got to sign this. Now it's sign off on this. Sign off on this. Oh, wait, I can't do anything. The attorney has to sign off on this.
Maybe this is.
It's the same thing. It just sounds stupid. I don't understand.
This is kind of like we can't just let this go. Next time someone says sign off, you have to stand up and go, it's sign. Why do you have to add the word off?
Listen, just do me a favor, both of you.
Yeah.
The next time you're in your office and somebody says Monday, Jay, 6 weeks, assuming you don't get arrested. The next time somebody in your office says, I feel like, just hit me up with a little thumbs up, like, oh yeah, that's what the fuck he's talking about.
Okay, we'll do.
Because every sentence now starts with either so or I feel like. It's that episode of How I Met Your Mother when the glass shattered. You're like, oh my god, I never noticed that. They're gonna be like, boom, holy shit! Everybody fucking says how I feel like or so.
So let's just say feel like you lost 10 pounds. Where do you think it would go? I didn't know this. I looked it up. I thought it was interesting. How do you think you lose weight?
What?
If you lose weight, I'm changing topics, Brian. Going back to my question. When you lose weight, where does it go? You don't go like I lost 10 pounds and you're missing a finger. You're missing a hand.
No, but if you listen to the way, listen, you, me, and Jay are all the same age within, 6 months?
Yeah.
I'm 38. Jay's a month older than me.
I'm
Mark,
38 also. 38.
How older are you than Mark? When's your birthday? What month?
February.
Okay. So you're 38 now.
We're all close to, what's the point?
Well, I mean, me and Jay are a week apart. We all work in the same white-collar industry. But if you stop tomorrow and start listening tomorrow to the way people talk, it's going to drive you fucking crazy. Because every sentence begins with so, and anytime anybody begins with an opinion, they're going to say, I feel like this, I feel like that. And it's going to drive you fucking crazy.
So let's go to Facebook questions very soon. But first, I just want to...
Nobody's telling me I'm wrong. In 3 weeks... All right, listen. Today is... What's today? May 12th. By June 1st, get back to me and tell me I'm wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of you. And now I know Jay's going to be out of the country. It's not going to matter.
Right.
It's not going to matter because Jay's going to get arrested for something and never come back, and that's fine. But Mark, when you and I talk again, I want you to acknowledge that people are so fucking boring that every sentence they say starts with "I feel like" or "so." It's just nonsense. 99% of what happens in this world is fucking insignificant, and that's what I'm so bitter about.
So
including 100% of what I think and feel. I'm not excluding myself from the situation. My opinions mean nothing to the grand scheme of the world.
Right, I have a finger. I tied a string on my finger. I won't forget.
Okay, good.
Holy shit.
Jay, you want to try my trivia question before we go to Facebook?
Yeah.
Where do you guys think? Like, you've never wondered if you lose weight, where does it go?
China.
Yeah, that could probably be it.
Do you have an answer, or is this
I do. I thought maybe you might guess. Like I would like. Where would you thought? Like you think maybe like did you shit it out? Like that would seem like the most logical thing to me.
I thought you sweat it out.
You actually breathe it out.
Really?
When you lose weight, most of the weight you're losing is exhaled.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's exhaling CO2 is most of the when you lose weight, that's where it's going.
Well, it's only if you get the bases loaded.
So I'm just going to start breathing a lot faster and see what happens.
That's what I thought. I heard this. I was like, if I just breathe really fast, I don't have to work out.
I'll just hyperventilate for the next 3 months, and then I'll talk to you guys.
Who cares? We're all gonna die. Who gives a fucking? You want to be 130 pounds when you fucking die, or you want to be 250 pounds when you die? Fucking eat
those the only two
pizza
options?
and do what you want and fucking die. Who cares?
Let's go to Facebook.
Is there like a...
I'm sorry. I listen. I have no kids. I have no commitments. I don't care. If the world ends tomorrow, what difference does it make if you eat fucking kale smoothies and I eat fucking raviolis? That's my point.
Yeah, if North Korea listens to you, then all the kale you've eaten will
But
fit.
no, I laugh it off, like whatever. But who cares? Like, I live on the premises. I live on the assumption that we only live once. When you die, you die. You can live to be, 75 years old and pray to God and all that shit. My theory is you fucking die. If you die at 75, you die at 35, or if you commit suicide and you're 5 and you die. Who fucking cares? So just do what makes you happy. If being 300 pounds and eating pizza every night makes you happy, fucking do it. Because who cares? Because what we have now is okay. Is what we think we know. In the 11 after hour, nobody knows. If you die and there's nothing, who cares? If you die and there's heaven, who cares? If you die and there's heaven and hell, who cares?
So Jake, I'm going to tell you my dream scenario for their show. I know maybe your dream might be to get Pat Cooper on the show. My dream for the podcast is to get Tony Robbins on and have him debate Bry.
My point is,
I'll
it
finish
doesn't
that
matter.
story next week.
If you live to be 100 and you die, then you die. If you live to be 100 and you 40 and you die, who fucking cares?
Jay, do we have Facebook questions?
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, would you rather...
Are we doing like 6 or 7 shows out of this, or?
Yeah. Lorenzo writes, hey guys, would you rather...
I can't wait for Steven to fucking back my corner. Be like, yeah, Brian, let's fucking do this till 2 a.m.
Actually, I don't think we got a question from Steven this week.
Well,
I know where he
Steven will
is.
take my fucking side.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys,
All right, let's hear your fucking questions.
would you rather get a pay rise of $10K every year for the next 10 years, then your salary reverts back to normal, or the Knicks win the title next season, but you also contract some sort of ass disease that lasts 10 years,
Fuck
after
you.
which your health reverts back to normal?
Listen, the Knicks aren't winning anything in the next 200 years. So take whatever the fuck you can get.
Well, according to the hypothetical, if I got ass cancer, they can win a title. So I'm going to take not getting ass cancer, even if it's going to go away in 10 years. I'm going to just take the pay raise. Jay?
Yeah, same here.
Bri, you go with the ass cancer?
Listen, the sooner I die, the sooner I'm happy. And B, the Knicks are like the 19th team that are going to win a title. So you guys are fooling yourselves.
So Bri will take the ass cancer and die without the Knicks winning the championship.
Yeah. Listen. If I die, what's today? 5/12. If I die in a year from now, I will do a show every fucking day for 6 months.
Bri, what are you doing for your girlfriend for Mother's Day? You going to do anything for her? I know she's not your mom, but she has a kid. Are you going to do anything for her?
No, I'm not doing anything. She's not my kid.
No, but like she's a mom and she's someone special in your life. Are you going to do
That's
anything for
her
her?
problem, not mine.
You have a kid, that's your problem.
She's not my kid.
Way to fuck up that kid.
Rosero writes, finally Diddy passed, and what is the most money-saving tax rule we are missing, like tax tip? I don't know if
so
it
we
passed.
heard already Jay passed, but probably passed.
I might.
He passed away. He passed away before he passed the test.
I might have passed, but I won't find out until we're up to like episode 280.
Now, Jay, do we all get a discount if you're actually a CPA in our?
Discount on what?
You guys are, yes, for doing your tax returns.
Okay, cool. So what's your money saving tip of the day, Jay?
Pass the CPA on the first 4 tries, so you don't keep having to pay the $150 fee.
That's a good. My girlfriend's been tasting the test. I gotta find out how she passed.
Your girlfriend's a CPA?
No, my cousin's girlfriend.
Oh, your cousin's girlfriend's a CPA. Okay.
2 opinions on Trump new health care bill act.
Listen,
yes,
Trump is a fucking where are all the people who voted for Trump who are on my Facebook page? I haven't heard from them since I don't know, January 24th. Where the fuck are they?
Trump is still he's still insanely popular among his base.
Trump is a fucking sociopath, and I don't understand.
I mean, I fired Comey because he let out the Hillary emails.
Like,
you
how
did?
many?
Okay, no, I didn't do that.
Like, there's so many different versions of why he fired Comey, as like why we haven't done a show in 2 weeks. It's like I don't understand. Like, and these fucking Republicans that are just like, well, he's just Donald being Donald, like, as this fucker hits a home run in the fucking 7th inning. Like, listen, this is why I want North Korea to fucking bomb the shit out of us, because Trump is a fucking sociopath and nobody seems to care.
But I want to at least find out if what Donald Trump really. I want to try to find out the truth about his ties to Russia, and then the bomb can land. Can land on.
I see. I have no kids. I have no responsibility. I'm just a fucking middleman in my fucking company that nobody gives a shit about. I have literally if I die if I died tomorrow, I have literally no effect on the planet, except for the fact that somebody has to take care of my dog, which my dad will take care of my dog. It's fine, but
I think if North Korea nukes us, your dog is okay also.
No, he's gotta go. Even my dog is like. Dude, Donald Trump is a fucking crazy man. How did you fucking idiots vote for him? Because they fucking did. Because they fucking hate women and they hate black people, and they're like, fuck Obama. It's all fucking.
Are you saying they hate women just because they made rape a pre-existing condition?
I'm saying I want Donald Trump to blow me the fuck up. I won't. Then I'm going to have to join ISIS. Have him blow me the fuck up is what I want.
I did appreciate the fact that Donald Trump's like, well, Comey better watch what he says or else the tape will come out. There might be a tape that comes out.
Yeah,
and they're like,
there's a tape coming out of Donald Trump getting pissed on in fucking Russia, and he has no self-awareness to the fact now where he's like, well, I hope a fucking tape comes out with fucking Comey. And here's the problem is the alternative is Mike Pence is the fucking Nazi guy from the Blues Brothers who wants to blow everybody up, and he's the bad guy from the Burbs, who burns his neighbors alive, and nobody seems to care. Thank you. Good night.
Rosero writes, is it better to buy or rent in New York? I mean, if I'm paying rent, might as well be paying more. We answer that every week, Rosero.
What's the question? Hang on.
But seriously, if you don't think Jeff Sessions is the guy who is the Nazi in the Burbs and the bad guy, the Nazi in the Blues Brothers and the bad guy in the Burbs, you're not paying attention.
Aren't the neighbors the bad guys in the Burbs?
Yeah, he was the neighbor guy.
Oh, okay.
He was the same guy. He was the bad guy. He was the Nazi in the Blues Brothers, and he was the the head bad guy in the Burbs.
If you
But
don't
my
know he's the bad guy from the Burbs,
thinks that gay people can be preserved if you just electrocute them enough to be like, hey, I don't like fucking guys in the ass. I'm gonna fucking pussy.
if you don't know that Jeff Sessions was the bad guy from the Burbs, then you're just not paying attention to that movie from 1989.
You telling me he's not the same guy? Go ahead, Mark. Tell me.
He is. It's the same guy. Go on.
I don't appreciate your sarcasm.
Eros
I'm
right.
just saying you're referencing a movie from.
I have bad news for you. We're not getting any of the show that you want to talk about tonight. We're just not. Unless you want to do 2 shows, because I got a whole fucking liter of Sprite here.
It's possibly Tom Hanks' best movie, but it's still from like 1989.
Eros right.
Movie. By the way, I saw Go last night, and that still goes. We are talking. I think I already told you that. I'm drunk.
Yeah, Go.
Hey Jay, did you know I like Tool?
Go.
And my girlfriend's gonna make me drive to fucking at 2 a.m. to go see Zach Brown. Jake.
Go is an amazing movie.
You know what else is good? Is how insanely good Jeremy Piven used to be. Like, people are like, oh, I love Jeremy Piven because he was Ari in Entourage. There's like 47 things before he was in Entourage that are fucking awesome about him before he got his fucking earplugs.
Very Bad Things and PCU.
He was in he was in that. He was also in Larry Sanders, which I just learned. Oh, my computer blacked out on me. I watched like a month ago. I watched Larry Sanders Marathon in like 3 days. He was on that. He was in a million things, and you're just like, holy fuck, that's Jeremy Piven. And now he has a full head of hair. And you're like, oh, what? He was in fucking, PCU. He was in fucking Very Bad Things. And then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, his shittiest role was Ari in Entourage.
Eros right.
Hello?
Guys, let's say
I love when Jay's just like, questions. Okay, yeah.
Guys, let's say I hypothetically found a 2014 MacBook Pro laptop on a subway station in a book bag.
Nobody cares. Next question.
As if someone had forgotten it, and let's say it has a person's address. Should I return it or keep it?
Yeah, I don't care.
Did you say the address is there or not?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Return it.
I feel like 2 things. If it's a convenient address, go return it. If it's an inconvenient address, you just leave it there.
I think he kept it's in his possession right now.
I'm assuming he kept it, yeah.
Oh, right. The fucking Boston racist Celtics fucking left. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they're going to Game 7.
Good. I fucking hate the Celtics.
What is the most expensive thing you've lost and found? Mine, I lost $700 gold chain when I put it in my pocket and must have slipped out. Found was a 2014 MacBook Pro. Just kidding. Actually, it was a small marriage golf ring worth $300.
What's the most expensive thing you've lost?
I mean, I got a chain stolen from me when I went to Florida with Bri. That was my most expensive possession. And I got robbed at the same time by housekeeping in that hotel. So I got robbed in 2 states at once.
Good for you.
It's pretty hard to do.
I had money robbed out of my wallet. Like I left my wallet somewhere, and someone took it out of like my coat while I was playing basketball. I don't know, Brian. What's the most expensive thing you've had stolen from?
Mark, every time you try and work out, something bad happens.
I know. I also was backpacking, and I was staying in a hostel. And in the middle of the night, someone took my wallet from my bag and took my money. And that I think they took like $200 from me, and that was like, and I didn't have much money at that point, and that really sucked.
That's why I'm renting an apartment in Japan.
You're renting an apartment in Japan?
Yeah.
Jay, you're not coming home. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're not. Jay, if you get back to America by December, I'll be impressed.
And,
so wait, you're doing Airbnb in Japan?
Yeah.
Oh.
An apartment in their version of Times Square was like $80 a night. So that's
you're going with your significant other, right?
Yeah.
Jay, I'm sorry, you're not. If you're home by July, I'll be impressed.
So will I.
When are you supposed to come back?
May 29th, 28th.
Yeah, if
May
you're
28th.
back by July 4th, I'll buy you a drink. At a
Okay.
bar.
Okay. So
And
will,
I will buy you a drink for the entire evening at a bar if you're back by then.
will Jay be back before Bryce sobers up? Find out next show.
Mark, I'm getting our sober for the. I'm getting our witch. Fucking. What's her name? Fucking medium for the next show.
Nice. Brian wants to make sure that the next show is better than this show.
Yeah, I think Brian's just sabotaging the show on purpose. I'm on to you.
I think that sounds about right.
Jay, I want you to do a remote show. What I want is me and Mark to do a show, and then at the last minute, Jay's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna look at Japan. Let me just Skype in for this shit."
Yeah, Jay, you could bring your computer. You could Skype from anywhere. Sounds like a great idea for your trip.
Hey, Kat. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to Skype with the bros for a couple hours while we're in Japan.
Bros, if you do that, I will go to the Lansdowne and Mohegan Sun and be like, "Where the fuck is that whore Jay? Lay. What's her name? Lee. Lay.
Lee.
I'm glad I'm not having to do it. If I had to do a shot every time I didn't know what Brian was talking about, I'd be dead right now.
One of these weekends, we got to do a show. You guys are going to come with me and Sun. We'll do a show from there.
Yeah, that's
From
cool.
where? Okay.
Mohegan Sun.
How about we do a show for the Met game first?
Whatever. We got to talk to our sponsor.
Today's show brought to you by Dove for Men. When you want to feel like a man, but also want a female cream on your body.
You got to buy a long. You got to buy a
Eros writes, if you were to buy a place in New York City, what neighborhood and borough would it be? I think we answer this every week, too.
I would buy, if money was no object, I'd buy a place in Manhattan. If money was an object, I'd buy a place not in New York City.
There you go.
I still don't understand why people buy.
I know.
Well,
How do you buy an apartment? I mean,
in fucking New York, but that's fine.
well, I still don't understand what you don't understand about buying an apartment. It's just an apartment. Why can't you buy an apartment?
Well, I just don't understand the idea that like you own something when you really just own like a floor of a building that somebody else owns.
Yes, that's what you own.
That's fine, but I'd rather own the building than.
It's not a would you rather game. It's just understanding the concept of ownership.
No, I mean I understand the concept. Like I just would never, in my right mind, be like, "Oh, I got to pay $250,000 to buy half of a floor of a building that some rich asshole owns."
Lucky for you, for $250,000, you can't buy jack shit in New York City.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
$250,000, you could buy an apartment in 1987.
Well, yeah, that's like these. Yeah.
Jason writes, Mark,
What's the average rent for an apartment in like I don't know, shitty
like the average
Black Manhattan?
in what?
I don't know. Like a low rent Manhattan. Like if I was gonna go to Manhattan and spend the night, not in like fucking where the rich
How much is a hotel or how much is an apartment?
Well, either way.
are you talking about doing an Airbnb in New York City?
What's an Airbnb?
That's like you rent an apartment or a room from like a regular person instead of like a hotel.
What if Jay? I have a question.
I actually have a friend in Manhattan who will rent you the room for the.
See, I would rather if I was gonna go to New York to do this Zach Brown thing that I was gonna do, I'd rather go now and just stay awake and live wherever I need to live than to fucking like waste $700 on a fucking apartment.
So here's a question: What if Bry says to Jay, says to you, I'm going to be in the city. You're not going to be there. Can I stay in your apartment? And Jay's response was, yes. Just go to my Airbnb page, and you just can pay me the money that way. Would that be dick? Like, if can you say that to your friend? Like, oh, well, you still have to pay the normal Airbnb price.
Yeah, that would be a dick move.
If Jay relinquished, I mean, if I wouldn't ask Jay to stay for free if he was still staying there.
Would you give him a handy?
I mean, I wouldn't. But I mean, if Jay was like, "Yeah, give me $100 and I'll stay in your apartment," you guys could stay here for the night, I would just be like, "Listen, he wants $100 to stay there. If you want to fucking do it, then we'll do it." But
Well, I feel like the appropriate thing. What's the appropriate thing? Like, Jari comes to stay with you when you're there. Does he buy you? He doesn't actually give you cash for it. He takes you to dinner, right, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not one who likes. I'm not too proud to ask for free shit. And, like, if Jay was staying there and I really, if Jay was home and not going anywhere and I really wanted to do this, I would say, "Hey Jay, like, what can we do? Can I crash on your couch, or you have a room, whatever? Listen, I'll come over, we'll go out to dinner, and I'll take you for dinner." But I really have no interest in this.
I had one guy.
I'm trying to get out of it as opposed to trying to get into it.
I charged one guy to stay at my place because we weren't. I met him like once, and then he like asked to stay for a week.
Well, like a couple weeks ago, or no, a couple months ago, when I came into New York, because I was going to see the Maynard book activity thing for 2 months. It was me going on my own on Veterans Day, and I was kind of under the impression like my girlfriend, she wasn't gonna go. She was like, whatever. So I was like, sort of in my own fault. I was kind of waiting till the last minute where I was gonna be like, "Jay, listen, I'm coming in for the weekend. I'm gonna be here, but I'll meet you after. Maybe we can hang out. I'll stay over. We can hang out." And then at the last minute, she was like, "Oh, I want to go," which fucked my whole weekend up. And so that kind of thing never happened. Now, if I was going by myself and I was like, "Jay, listen, I'm going to be in New York City. I want to go to this. I'm going to say that. I'll meet you. I'll gladly pay you to stay." Because I don't find... Listen, I'm so broke, I don't give a shit about paying people for things. And I would have gladly have paid Jay to be like, "Listen, can I stay here for the night?" But when she came, it changed everything because some of her family came and we had to leave and we had to go home. And I was just like, "Well, you ruined my whole fucking night."
All right.
What was the point? The point was for that whole the whole thing of that night. I had my intention was I was gonna call you, meet you after.
Hey Jay, just a side note, Bri, for 1 second. So you had someone just you didn't really know was like, "Can I stay at your apartment for a week?"
Yeah, it was kind of like there was this girl I knew, and we hung out a couple times, and then she introduced me to, like, her cousin, and we hung out like once, and then because they're from Canada, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to be in New York for like a week. Is it cool if I stay at your place?" And then
that's a pretty bold thing to ask when you don't really know the person.
He offered to pay $500.
Okay, that's a...
Because he said that's cheaper than a hotel for a week anyway, like much cheaper. And so yeah, I said, sure, why not?
Well, did he like offer right up front, or did he make it awkward where you're like, "Well, I kind of want some money for this"?
No, he said, "Can I stay at your place for a week? I'll give you $500."
Oh, okay, that seems pretty reasonable.
And so I said, okay. It's not like I said, "You got to pay me to stay." And then I kind of felt bad because, like, we were kind of friends, halfway through. And so on the last day, he said, like, "I got $300 in cash, and I'll go to the ATM." And I said, "If I'll get $300, it's fine."
Ah, so he friendshiped off like 40%.
He was willing to give it. I don't know. I felt a little weird because, like, we were kind of friends after that.
I mean,
either you guys want to come to Connecticut, Mohegan Sun, stay with me for a night. I'll take care of you if I have a free night.
Do I have to pay you $500?
Well, depending on the concert, I mean, I get some shows for free, some shows for 50% off. But I know what Jay wants to see, a Tommy Petty. I don't know if I'm going to get free tickets for it. If I do get, it might be Lawn, which I doubt he wants to go to. But if you guys ever want to come for the weekend, mostly the week. I get free tickets almost every night of the week. Not free rooms.
How much do you
but
gamble there?
enough that I get a lot of free rooms. So if you guys want to come up for a free room for a couple nights, gamble, maybe see if you come Wednesday, Thursday, there's a comedy show all the time. We can see something for free.
I'll do that over the summer.
Yeah. There's a lot of pretty semi-business, big names that come up for, comedy. Like last summer I saw Brian Posehn in. It's a pretty good show.
Nice.
If I go about, let's say June, May, if I get through the end of July and I lose enough points, I should have a room where I could get almost every free night.
Jason writes, Mark.
But every
Almost
Wednesday or Thursday and Friday, they have comedians at this comedy club, and a lot of times they get pretty big names. So if you guys ever want to come room, I could probably...
When you say you guys, I assume you're me and Jay. Are you including our fans? Like any fans in the area, can they also come stay with you?
I don't care.
Okay. So if you're listening, email the Brink of Sanity, and you can and Bri will put you up at the in Connecticut.
I mean, listen, I'm always I gamble enough that I could try to get mostly free rooms during the week. If I get really crazy, I can get free rooms on the weekends, but at the moment it's weekends, but Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Jason writes, Mark, since college is free now, will you children need a doctorate degree to get a decent job? BAs are free, and oversaturation of them will occur. Simple math, and you won't have to have the stress of $16,000 a year tuition bill.
I mean, it's bullshit. Isn't it already it used to be you just needed a college degree, and now you seems like besides dying, Brian's dying over there, it seems like you need like a master or something like that to do anything in life.
Yeah,
everyone has to get an advanced degree and then everyone can get the advanced degree, then everyone's gonna have to get another advanced degree. They're all worthless.
It's a scam.
Whole thing's education.
Ooh, John Falby.
Education is such a great idea. It has become such a scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a business.
It's a business. Any way to exploit people, it's a business.
Now that you guys are older, which field would you have wished you would have majored in? Me, nursing for a community college, CUNY RN nursing degree. You can start off at $63,000 as my homegirl did.
I'm going to say video editing.
I would have done some sort of programming or something like that.
Yeah, I actually, if I wanted to give a real answer where I wanted to have the success.
Oh, fuck.
What, Bri?
I think I spilled my alcoholic beverage.
If I wanted to have a successful career, I feel like computer science. The only thing about the internet seems like a kind of an important thing.
I took the intro to computer science class, and it was definitely a weed you out class. Didn't see a computer, didn't hear the word computer. It was all these insanely intense and hard logic questions.
For me, the weed we out thing was just the word computer science. But
Yeah.
I wish I.
Don't mind me.
Bri, you've been choking for the last 10 minutes.
Right. Besides self CPR, what would you have done if you could do it over again to be successful?
Oh.
Not that you're not saying you're not already successful, because you have enough, unlimited funds for gambling in the casino.
Well, I'll tell you what. The Thursday before I moved into my crystal meth.
Crystal Palace.
No, it's all right. Hold on. I knocked everything over. I have to get back into my position here. The Thursday before I moved into my my freshman dorm federation, the room assignment. I was just talking about this at work today. My original room assignment was room 122, Spear Hall West, freshman year. Thursday before I moved in, I got a letter telling me my room is assigned to room 144. Now, room 122 ended up being RRA Miguel, which was on the other side of the hall, which is all these nerdy sports guys who they were all nice guys. They were all very, cool people in their own way, but they they were just like, hey, we're gonna just hang out, do our work, watch sports, whatever. My new room got assigned to 144, and every other room on that side of the floor was a fucking sociopath. And
so this is not going to be an answer to the question.
well, the answer to the question is I don't know where my life would be if my room hadn't got switched 2 days before I got moved, because it was like Brian, who is the fucking crazy, insane cop person, and Jay, the beatnik, and then there was Jay McKenna from our show with his crazy fucking roommate, and then there was me with our fucking roommate who stinky smelled, and then next door was John Paul, the fucking roommate drug dealer, and Billy, the fucking sublime crazy person, and then Howie, the fucking crazy metalhead, with Crazy, the fucking Brian police officer.
So it's not going to be.
This
This is not going to be an answer to the question.
Well, the answer to the question is if my roommate had not got switched 2 days before I moved, I don't know if I'd be doing this podcast right now, and I might be on a successful fucking life course. But my room got switched to 144 with the fucking crazy people, and here I am.
I was the worst next door neighbor of all time.
And Jay will tell you. I literally, like, my room, I was supposed to be in 122, which ended up being the RA's room.
Okay, so let's say you didn't get switched. Where would your life be? What would you be doing?
If I didn't get switched and I was in room 144 like I was supposed to, I'd be with, like, Wheelchair Matt, Beatnik Matt, a couple other guys named Pat, where all we did was we did our homework, and then we watched the social fucking hockey games. One guy was from Connecticut, so we watched all the Whaler games, which I'm not going to lie, I watched all the games with them because they were sports guys. But the room where Jay was and where I was were fucking sociopaths. There was Brian, the fucking crazy beatnik guy. There was Brian, the guy who turned into a cop. There was Jay's roommate, Aaron, who was in jail. There was Jayan. There was me. There was my roommate who fucking stunk. There was John Paul, the drug dealer. There was Billy, the fucking sublime guy. There was Howie, the guy that hooked me up with Tool. There was Brian, who's got a crazy fucking cop guy. And then there was Pat, who's, when we were all freshmen, he was like 22, and he bought us all beer. Thank you.
I can't believe you remember everybody's name
I
in order.
remember all those fucking guys.
Jason Reich,
Hey,
tell us about your
But
most...
if I didn't get my roommate switched, I would not be on the show, and I would be on a completely, totally different path of life. And I'd probably be successful, and I would probably never have drank in my entire life, and I would probably hate anybody doing this podcast.
So they ruined your life.
Well, maybe, but it was literally like the Thursday before we moved that I got the letter that our move switched, and our Raquel, the fucking Puerto Rican gay fucking Hispanic fag guy, was the RA, which would have been my room.
so
I got this dirtbag who fucking stunk, who everybody hated, who I let everybody trash their room down a invisible I let these guys trash my roommate's room down to an indivisible wall where you walk in the room and be like, oh my god, why is that guy's room so perfect? Oh my god, why is that room like fucking on fire? Yeah, that was my room.
So what might the next question be?
What was the original question?
Holy shit! Just Jay, what's the next question, please?
Tell us about your most successful friend you grew up with that's now rich or very successful. Mine is a friend Anna, and she was the fun slut in our neighborhood growing up. Not the smartest girl, look average. She married a Japanese guy who owned 5 Brooklyn buildings, divorced him 4 years later with 1 kid, and now at age 27, she owns 4 of them, 2 12-unit buildings in Williamsburg and 2 in Flushing. Mind you, this chick is a community college gender studies major dropout.
Did they Ruben? This is part 9-10.
There's a girl I went to grew up with who's now she like hosts all this. She's the head of like rock and roll at Spotify, and she hosts like a lot, just like a lot of music related like things she's like a host for. Like she's not the main host for the Times Square Rockin' New Year's Eve. She's not the main host, but she's like one of like the she does some kind of hosting on that. She does a lot of like events where she's like a host, and she was doing some reality show on WB where she was like the host for the show.
You're black.
So she has like minor fame basically.
My most successful friend is probably the Doc.
Doc's pretty successful. I mean, being a doc and all.
With my last question about Anna being red, why would anyone get married nowadays? For the most part, is a man making money, and us men will get fucked the hardest. Mark, now you cause your poor, hard-working wife makes more money than you Jew. Liam writes, longest time you went with no sleep.
I have a question.
What?
Why would anybody in the right... Now, this is from experience from like 2 hours ago. Why would anybody in their fucking mind open up a fucking pizzeria?
Well, if they want to sell pizza, that's the number one way to do that.
I called this pizzeria place that supposedly is pretty well known. They told me 35 minutes. Fine. So I show up in 40 minutes after I called, and they're like, you're way too early. And I'm like, okay. And then, so I sat there watching them make all the pizzas, and I'm like, why the fuck would anybody want to make a pizza? And like, it's like 14 guys just like beating fucking pizza crust, like putting shit on pizzas. And like, your pizza's not even that good. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Why would anybody own a pizzeria? Like, even if you were like the world's best chef, why would you be like, I'm gonna open my fucking pizza restaurant? Because I'm going to sit here and work 14 hours a day while some asshole orders a fucking chicken parm, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to put it in a grinder and be like, hey, what do you think of my pizza parm? I don't understand why anybody would own a fucking... Now, this is from a pizza from a place who's a fat shit who does not make and orders out 40 times a week. Why would anybody order a fucking restaurant?
Jay, is there another question?
No, seriously. Why would if you were awesome at making a pizza, why would you be like, I'm gonna make a fucking pizzeria so I can make this $40 a day, so I can make $10 a pizza, so fucking assholes come in and stare at me while I make a fucking pizza.
I think Jay has to read the questions, or else he's gonna miss his flight.
Jay, fuck his flight. No, I want an answer to the question. No, but seriously.
It is a stupid job. I don't know.
No, but why would, if you were good at making food, why would you make a restaurant? Like, so you could sit there for 16 hours a day and be like, oh, I made a chicken parm. Oh, the asshole on the third table thinks you make a salt and pepper chicken parm. Fuck you, this is how I make my chicken parm. Like, why the fuck would you put yourself up to that?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
There's the guy that's gonna take us to the Met game, just the one that offered to, owns a pizza place. He can tell us all about why he made the worst decision ever by running a pizza place.
No,
That is true.
why would you submit yourself to like 20 hours of work a day to be like, I'm gonna make a fucking pizza? Some asshole could be like, dude, this is the best fucking pepperoni and sausage pizza I've ever fucking heard, man. Dude, they put so much fucking sausage on this pepperoni. It's so fucking good.
Right. Why would you do anything? You like making pizza, you open a pizza place. There you go. People make money doing it.
If I knew how to make a good pizza, I would just be like, fuck you, I just make a pizza every night.
Well, if you know how to make a really shitty pizza, you could open a hut called Pizza Hut and make hundreds of millions of dollars.
The guy who wants to take us to the baseball game just revoked his offer because he makes pizzas.
I know. I'm not doing well with the pizza guy though. It's the Mets game.
There's no way the guy that wants to take us to the Met game has made it this far in the show.
I don't think anybody's made it this. We can say literally.
Shit, Can we finish the show? Let's finish.
Yeah,
the show.
we gotta finish.
But seriously, have you ever been in No.
Right, I don't want to ruin the show by keeping the masterpiece going.
But
Jay,
have
next
you
question.
ever been in a serious like pizzeria or like any? And it's been like, where it's like there's like 100 people and you're eating a slice and you're just like, what the fuck am my guys doing for? Like,
Longest you've been without sleep.
I haven't slept in like 9 days. Listen. I've had a sore throat since last Monday, and I've probably slept 6 hours since then. And people are always just like, "Oh, well, you sleeping?" Like 2 weeks ago, I had to go to the Mets game, or I had to be at Citi Field at 5:45 in the morning
24 hours, Jay.
to go to
about 28 hours.
I had to get on a bus.
What's the next question, Jay?
Name something you have
7 days.
stolen in your life, even if it's shoplifting.
What's the what?
Name something you've stolen in your life, even if it's
I'm
shoplifting.
Viewed from the stadium. Is that it?
What have I stolen? Bri, do you want to stay for what you've stolen the last 2 hours of our lives?
Well, the things I've stolen have been before the past 24 hours.
What have I stolen? I stole a gym membership, basically. There was a gym when I was a senior in high school. There was a gym near me that had like I did like the trial membership or whatever for a couple weeks, and they're and you know how you always have to sign in when you go to a gym? There was no sign in or anything. You just show up and you go in, you work out, and no one checks anything. So I went there, I think, for 9 months without ever paying. I was really worried that they'd catch me, and now I feel like I can talk about it with the statute of limitations well past.
Does virginity count?
Yeah, well, Bry's.
I went to a one of those like playgrounds, and they had.
You didn't steal the virginity at the playground? Please tell me the
No,
story's going.
it's a different story. Different story. The like those little rocking horse things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ripped that out of the ground.
What's on my
and
files?
took it.
In college, we stole for like we had to do a fraternity like scavenger hunt, or it wasn't even I don't know what we were doing, but we stole like couches from the dorms and brought them over to the fraternity.
Brian and I stole pizzas every single day for like 5 months.
We did.
I was a part of it. There was a bunch of us. There was like 12 of us, and we stole a reservation from someone. We were at a restaurant, and we were like, we have a party at 12, and they're like, well, we can't. Like, it's too busy. We can't see 12. And one of the guys was like, no, that's us right there. Party at like 12. They're like, okay. We're all sitting down. The party at 12 actually shows up, and no one. And the woman had the person had to come to the table and go like, did you steal these people's reservation? Because they claimed this was their reservation. And everyone just stared at the table. Like everyone just stared like at the table, and the one guy was like, "Nope, that's us. It was us." And it was like, and we all felt like such dicks, but no one wanted to wait the extra 20 minutes for their food.
That's awesome.
What did we learn today? Is that the last question, or do you have more?
We have 4 more.
Okay.
Scariest.
We're doing like 2 more shows, aren't we?
Name the scariest
yeah.
moment in your life where that heart was beating and hard. Mark, besides when the waiter brings the bill.
That usually is for me when the waiter rings the bell. Jay? Oh, I was driving, senior of high school, and I did not see the light that turned red. And there's a car coming like across the lane, and I had to swerve the car. Somehow I swerved across all the way to the other side of the road, didn't hit a thing, and I think my heart like almost burst through my chest.
Doesn't count.
Okay, Brian, if mine doesn't count, what's yours?
I don't know. I can't find my cord.
Awesome. I think
I got into a car accident when I was a senior in college with Jay. We tried to hook Jay up with the girl that hit us.
yeah, that didn't work out too well.
Jay?
I think it was when I got
Jay, I googled my ex-girlfriend today. She's married.
the whore,
No, the other one.
the nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Married to a guy named Soprano.
soprano. Okay.
Oh, well, thanks.
Tony? When I was in college, I had a system for gambling, which is not a good idea, where like I'd bet $5. If I won, I bet another $5. This is that roulette. But if I lost, I bet $10. I keep doubling my bet basically. If I lost, and I think I was down where like 120. I had a $120 bet, which was a lot of money for me, and I pretty much all the money. And then I won that bet, and that kind of scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, my dad used to do that with like horse racing. He said that worked.
So I mean, if you have enough money to keep playing it, it should work.
Yeah.
But I was out of money, so like this was like my last bet, and I ended up winning it.
Mine was when I got scammed
that's
out of some money on the street, and then the guy told me he would pay me back, and but I had to go for like a car ride with him, and I thought I was gonna die. I was with Bry. Oddly enough, Bry was drunk and he saw the scam, and I was sober and I did not.
We were the last of the generation where we should have gotten killed by things that we didn't.
Yeah. Most of the stuff we did would never, ever, ever fly now. Alan writes, hopefully Jay passes his CPA exam. Thank you. Mark and Jay, do you keep things from your partners? If you do, what is it?
Do I what?
Keep things from our partners.
I keep the show from my partner.
I do too.
Mostly for lack of interest, her interest in listening. I don't share pornography with her. I keep that from her.
Yeah, I don't think my significant other knows the extent of my collection.
Yeah, or extent of my interest.
Yeah.
Bri, what do you keep from her?
Clearly peeing right now, so we'll move on.
She doesn't know I'm peeing or do a show.
Jay, what were you doing?
Here's a question for you. I know, like, my wife has no issue with giving me her passwords to stuff, but I will not give her my passwords to stuff. Would you be cool with giving your significant other, Jay, passwords?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. She's like, I need to unlock your phone. I'm like, well, give me the phone. I'll unlock it because you don't have to know the password.
Alan writes, Jay, what will you do in Japan and Thailand? Will you do touristy things or will you do something else? Also, will he buy Mark some weird Japanese anime like the underage anime magazine or young girls used underwear?
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you buy the underage stuff, I'm pretty sure you will not get back in the country.
I am going to do a lot of touristy stuff, but the Thailand part, we have an extra couple days, and since my girlfriend's from there, I could probably see some not touristy stuff. But
Can you hand out your Brink cards to like everyone while you're there?
Jay, just tell us what the jails are like out there. That's all we care about.
You should give out the Nick's podcast and the Brink of Sanity cards everywhere you go.
And last question, Mark, I can't wait for Nick's podcast you are going to produce. I understand why Matt Harvey was bummed by the Adriana Lima business, but surely him being a megastar, he can have a pic of the babes.
He got fucking dumped by a pussy grabber. I'd be pissed. I would drink myself fucking to death if I got drunk by a pussy grabber. Listen.
You want to play the goodbye music, Jay?
No. You do the Google music, and you do your own Google Julian Edelman pussy grabber, and you tell me what fucking comes up. Because he was a pussy grabber before that.
Did Julian Edelman grab Harvey's pussy?
No, but he pussy grabber before fucking Trump ever came up.
This is the end. Say goodbye. I'm gonna leave you. It's the end. Goodbye. Just leave me alone. Feels so good to say goodbye. I'm sick and tired and I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye, girl. Goodbye, everybody.
We did it.
Matt Harvey's Julie Edelman's a pussy grabber before Donald Trump ever was.